International break is finally over. We can finally talk about Premier League football, and I have had a somewhat stressful week. So finally, I get to do a YouTube video where I actually talk about something I actually like watching. I've said actually a lot already in this video. Welcome back to another video. This is your Aston Villa preview. We are going to Villa Park, and there might be a lot to talk about. But so far, so good when it comes to international break in terms of it's ended and we've got no injuries. So, Kudus and Alvarez just played at very awkward times against Germany and I think it was USA, respectively. And they also played against each other. So I always worry about the jet lag and the fitness and stuff like that. And we all want Kudus to start, but I don't think he will. I think Moyes already hinted at easing him in due to him learning from last season about players that don't come from Premier League clubs. Obviously, they need to settle in, and we should always give them time. And we should do that as fans as well in terms of Premier League players that haven't come from Premier League clubs. Sorry, players that haven't come from Premier League clubs rather than, like a Ward-Prowse, you expect them to hit instantly with Zuma, Emerson, they have played in the Premier League before, especially for a considerable amount of time. And Edson Alvarez is our only natural number 6, our natural holding midfielder, our natural defensive midfielder, etc. And he will bring the balance. He will just bring a lot of calm as well. He also has changed probably. He's probably a big reason why the football has changed a bit, where we can actually play a bit now. He gives us that option, and he has a lot of no nonsense about it, which I'm going to come to now. He gets a lot of yellow cards. So does Paquetá and so does Emerson. Now this is going to be a problem. I think we face Arsenal in the Carabao Cup after the Everton game, and my problem is more to do with the fact that I would like us to be ready for that game rather than the Everton game. I think that's more important than the Arsenal game. And we're risking the bans here. The Paquetá, Emerson and Alvarez are all one yellow card off a ban. And I do have a feeling that at least 2 of them will get yellow carded. I wouldn't be surprised if all 3 of them got yellow carded, but for the Everton game, we can't have them getting yellow carded then, because then we'll have all of them out for the game against Arsenal. And the Arsenal game's important. Arsenal at home for me, I haven't been to Arsenal at home since the 5-1 loss with Alexis Sanchez, because I missed last year's out of frustration, and I missed the year before because I had personal problems. And I didn't have a season ticket for the other years. So that game's really important. I'm going to be at the game. But focusing on Aston Villa, there's a bit of a trend with this year teams trying to get over their own bogey teams. And we did it with Brighton this year. And Arsenal did it with Man City. Now, the thing is with Brighton, Aston Villa, Brighton, West Ham. Aston Villa are Brighton's bogey team. Brighton are our bogey team. And guess what? We are Villa's bogey team in terms of since they've got promoted. And I think I saw the record the other day. It's like 6 wins and 4 draws, something like that. I'm trying to think. So 1920 season, we drew twice. The next season, we beat them twice. One of them being the Jesse Lingard debut, and the other one being a controversial 2-1 win. Well, I don't know how we won the game. The next season, we beat them twice. The 4-1 win at their ground, and we beat them 2-1 when Yarmolenko came back from the whole Ukraine stuff. Then there was last year where we beat them away from home. We needed a win because we lost 3 games in a row. And it felt like crisis mode already. And then coming back off the battering against Brighton of 4-0, we drew 1-1 at one of the most frustrating home games. And now we're here. So maybe I got the record a bit skew-iff there. But I think we can get a win from this game. I do think we can get a win. I think our record at their ground is very good. This is probably the strongest Villa side that there has been since like their promotion and stuff, because of Unai Emery and their squad. And I was very complimentary of Unai Emery when he was when I was talking about the West Ham Fans Premier League preview show, where I reviewed all the teams in the summer. And I got a lot of compliments from Aston Villa fans saying that I reviewed them quite well. They didn't get off to the best start in the Conference League. I did watch their second game. When they were at home, they struggled, but you could see that they were going to score right at the end. But that team were playing the lowest of blocks, and they struggled against Warsaw. I watched the first half of that game because I had to go to our game for the Europa League, and again, a bit of a struggle. They lost their first game in the Conference League, and I expected them to go unbeaten throughout the thing and win it. I still think they'll win it quite comfortably. I can't see Fiorentina winning it. They're struggling as well, ironically. But with Aston Villa in general, they're going to be tight. They're going to play the offside trap, and that's something that pissed us off in the 1-1 where we put on Maxwell Cornet. And we'll just get balls over the top constantly. Offside, offside, offside. You get the idea. Constant pacing behind. And it was quite hard to get past them. They're also probably not at their best due to a lot of injuries. Jacob Ramsey coming back against Brighton and then suffering an injury again. Tyrone Mings suffering a bad injury against Newcastle. And I think Buendia suffered one in pre-season. So they've got quite a few long-term injuries. And that's why they've got Zaniolo on loan, Longley on loan. Both with a buy option. I didn't really understand the Longley one. I understand the Zaniolo one. He's one of them alternatives. John McGinn has been at the top of his game. I think they've been very balanced with Douglas Luiz and Kamara. Douglas Luiz is someone I've rated for a bit. I do find Ollie Watkins a bit overrated, but he does love a goal against us. But he's been playing well as of late. I do think he's a bit of a purple patch player. But at the same time, he's effective. He runs in behind very well. He drags out defenders very well. Zuma's never been dribbled past. Watkins not really a dribbler. We don't really get many dribblers in modern day football in general. We don't play high up, but we got to be aware of them in the counter-attack due to Moussa Diaby, who doesn't play as a striker but can get in those positions in the right channel where I do worry for Emerson and Agerd in that sense where Diaby could have some fun because Agerd hasn't been his best at all, to be honest. It was good against Sheffield United and that was it. And as we've seen this season, anyone can be good against Sheffield United. So this is probably Aston Villa's best chance of beating us, despite the fact that I still think we will get something. Maybe if I'm being more realistic and not wearing the West Ham badge on my heart kind of thing, it'll probably be a draw. And as much as, a point away at Villa Park isn't bad, we have a good record against them. We should count on the fact that we have a good record against them. Not that really means anything in football. It just means that you got to perform better on the day. And ultimately, we got to get a win because we've only had one win in 4 as of recent. If you want to talk about form, or 2 in the last 5 if you're counting Luton. But Luton was before the first international break. I know we've had tough fixtures because of Newcastle, Man City and Liverpool, but it's still worth noting that it's only been one win. Villa are just above us, I think. I think if we win, we beat Villa. It's a shame that we're the only Sunday game. I hate the new Premier League schedule of 2 on a Saturday and 1 on a Sunday. It's very shit. I don't really want to watch Sheffield United, Man United on 8 o'clock, but I haven't got anything else better to do with my life. So I will be watching every game anyway that I can watch. And with us, we are 4:30 kickoff on a Monday, on a Sunday, and there's only one game on Monday as well, which there should be, but there should be 2 on Sunday. This won't be an easy game at all. We're probably going to see the same lineup as we've always seen this season, so it'll probably be Areola in goal, Sufal, Zuma again, Emerson, Souček, Ward-Prowse, Alvarez, Paquetá, Bowen, Antonio. I think Antonio's also been playing in Jamaica. We've got a lot of players coming back from different places from the international break, which they've got a lot of South American players as well, so I don't know how many got called up, but I'd always fear for us coming back from an international break. We never do well coming back from there, not even with just of the amount of internationals that we have. We just don't seem to start off well after an international break, so I hope we can change that. One of our better wins in the Premier League in general was probably that 4-win from a couple of years ago. I don't think we'll ever see that again because that Steven Gerrard, Dean Smith era of Aston Villa is definitely gone with Unai Emery in charge, and I was very complimentary of them even in the predictions where I think thought they would finish 6th. And maybe that might change a bit because of how good Tottenham are doing, and then again, Man United, they're doing shit, Chelsea are doing shit. I reckon if you're a West Ham, Newcastle, Brighton and Villa fan, you're looking at that top 5 and you're thinking might be able to get a Champions League place. The thing is, for all those 4 teams that I just mentioned, we're all playing European football. So we probably have other focuses on other stuff. But I think Villa should definitely be going for the Conference League, etc. I think we should be trying to beat Aston Villa. I think we've got the ability to beat Aston Villa. We've scored in every game so far. How long that will last, I do not know. But we have also scored against Liverpool and Manchester City. It does feel like a bit of a... I do feel quite nervous about this game. It does feel like a bit of one of them games where we might slip up. But I've got to be hopeful, I guess, if we're this new team that's... everyone's quite positive around at West Ham now, but it only takes a couple of losses for us to start shaking again. This is some of the better fixtures on X4 before the next international break. But we should be taking advantage and trying to stay at that top end, especially around the European places. Even though it's early in the season, the first 10 games, you get a feel out of like where are we going to finish kind of thing. But listen, there's your early preview that I have to upload these on sometimes on Thursdays when we're not playing in Europe because due to the algorithm, if I upload it on a Friday evening, you won't really see it because there'll be games on Saturday and there's not enough time to digest these kind of videos. But I am on the road to 200 subscribers, to make sure to like the video and subscribe if you're new. And yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I've got other videos coming up. The Premier League is back. Goodbye.